Hi everyone, this is going to be a semi-informal video on the Raptor Portable. Many people have been asking more details about it, and I thought I would create a video going over a lot of the different aspects of it. First of all, as you can see, it's in an orange case. We do have a version that comes in a green case as well, more for counting applications. But the general Raptor comes in an orange case. It is a ruggedized case. The entire system is pretty handy to hold. Just to show you a couple areas around it, there is an area that we're going to attach a sampling section to it. Nothing really in the back other than your labeling, serial number. And on this side you have a couple of different ports. One is a power port to charge the battery that's inside. One is an HDMI and USB 3, and then an RJ45 for a network connection. When you open the system, very simple, you just open the system, and I'll show you some of the internal sections of it. So there is a Microsoft Surface Pro, so it is a Windows 11 computer. The way it works, you just get this little elastic piece out of the way and this opens up. You can turn it on right up here. Sample cartridges are somewhat disposable. They can be they're pretty simple and easy to use. You can throw them away. They're not that expensive, but they last a long time. I've had my sample cartridges probably for, oh, it's leaking there, probably for a few years, and never really had a problem with it. So the sample cells are interchangeable, and again, we usually send them out depending on the customer's application and need. So with a sample cell, the way it works, there's two lure fittings. Connect them to the sample cell, we put them in, and then we connect them here. These two fittings are the ones that are important as far as the sample that you're going to be running. This is an inlet, this is a return. Customers sometimes will connect these tubes into some kind of a process. So let's say there's a, I don't know, a 55-gallon drum or a 200-liter vat of something. There's longer tubes available in the accessory kit. You can make longer tubes yourself. You can actually have the sample come in, get analyzed, and then return it right back to the same sample chamber where it's going to get recirculated. We do have this external vessel holder. So this external vessel holder comes in the accessory kit. It goes right in here. And now these tubes are pretty popular in the oil, fuel, lubrication industry, where they're used as collection devices. So when they're being used as collection devices, the nice thing about using this is the customer can actually collect the sample. They can actually leave it in here. And then there's a small little lid that goes in. This actually has a little stirring propeller with an intake tube, and then it has a return. So to run it this way, the customer would actually take their bottle that they use, or we send several of these with the accessory kit, put it in here. You could actually suspend your inlet to one lure fitting to the inlet here, and then your exit from the Raptor system would go either back in here to recirculate to get representative sampling, or you can actually take it to waste and do a single pass. So that you have that option. Another way you could run the system is with syringes. So we do have customers that like to use syringes. This is really for rare event type of applications where they're worried about contamination and they like using syringes. The nice thing about using syringes is these things are generally pretty sterile. And the way you would actually run it with a syringe, you can actually run it directly without using the pump, and you could use it manually. And the way it would work is you would actually go ahead and put the sample right in here. You would go back and forth manually, and you would run your sample just like that. So I'm going to try to run some samples right now with the syringe and with the little annexed here sample port to show you how they work. All right, so here's the first sample I have. This is a medium test dust, and it is just suspended in isopropanol. So again, syringes, very convenient ways to collect samples and bring them back. You could write something on it. And the nice thing is it's a non-destructive test. You can actually get the syringe with your sample in it. You could actually put it in there, making sure it's properly dispersed. You don't want it overly concentrated. This is the interchangeable disposable sample cell. It's a quartz glass cell in there, so very high quality cell. Again, put it in there, and what we're going to do is we're going to run a manual sample with this syringe. And that's it. Everything else is pretty much set up already, so we're just going to hit start. And then what I'll do is I'm going to start the manual analysis. So we ran 50,000 particles. Again, we have a number weighted distribution. We could look at a volume weighted distribution as well, not just number weighted. See the volume weighted distribution. So we had a mean of about 13 microns, and we had particles all the way down to 1 micron. Okay, so when we finish an analysis, we get to our dashboard, and one of the typical tools that we use, we have several tools that we use. This is where the benefit of dynamic imaging comes in, is not to just give you a statistical histogram, but to give you additional information. So for example, we have particle classification. You can actually classify particles as bubbles, oil droplets, big things, small things. In this case, we have 50,000 particles, and you can see that there are a lot of different classifications. This is just a random classification that we have. We could look at the particles that are considered to be big, and we can apply that and redisplay them and look at, you can look at all 50,000 particles, or just look at the ones that are considered big. And these are the ones that are considered big, 114 of them. Obviously, those are some, who knows what that is. But if I were to actually try to find those through 50,000 particles, it would be very difficult. It's easier to use classification. 47,000 what are considered small. And we can go through all those small particles, all 47,000 of those. 18,000 smooth. So again, you get the idea. Very simple to operate. It's a 2-button operation. New sample, plug in the name, go ahead and hit start, and you get to your dashboard. And again, this is a very simple way of running the analysis. It's running it with a syringe. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to use this exact same sample. I'm going to remove this from here. I'm going to set it up to use this external system. So this is the same sample we ran earlier, but it's going to be a little bit more dilute. So we're done. It's a time-based analysis. So we did 23,000 particles. I hope this video helps. If there's any questions, please let us know. We're always here to help. Thank you.